Okay guys, so this is where we're at. We poured the walls yesterday. We got everything stripped off. Beautiful day out today. We're gonna run some tubing here. Put some inflow radiant heat in this thing. We got our foam board down. We got our wire mesh down. So we're doing pretty good. We got concrete coming today, so we're gonna get this thing done. Get the floor poured in it so we can start building. That's what we're doing. We're gonna run 3 zones in here. We got some 1/2-inch oxygen barrier tubing, and we're gonna run 3 loops in here, not zones but loops, and that's gonna take care of this little project. Yeah, next time we put the wire down, guys, make sure the grids line up. I didn't tell anybody that, but them grids have to line up, you know what I mean? Because that's our pattern for our tubing. I never said that, but I just assumed.
I never did radio.
Okay, so we got 1 loop in. This was our first loop. We started over here where the boiler is. We ran down the wall. We zigzagged back and forth till we hit 250 feet of tubing, which is 1/3 of this building. So now we're starting our second loop. We cut the tubing and we started running out. There's numbers on this tubing, so it tells you this is a 1,200 foot roll. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna do our second loop now, and then we're gonna do the 3rd loop. We'll be done. Okay guys, this is loop number 2. We're finishing up. That's what it looks like. Heading back right here. We're gonna head right back to the corner. We're gonna bend it over. Start following it back towards the boiler there. And we're gonna run this last section, guys. That's it.
Now you don't want to go past the corner.
I don't use a tubing coiler. I just roll it out by hand. I usually roll it and the guys tie it.
Good there? I would just put it right there. Yeah, right around that. Right there. Yeah, I would. You're not really going to get much.
No, don't wire it to the wire thing. You know what I mean? There you go. Then we'll just slide that pipe right over everything. Okay guys, this is what we're doing. This frost protected foundation here. That's how we do it. And then we'll jump back to 2 feet here. That's gonna be a full,
We got a
4 foot
going over it.
Yeah, there's a porch going over this, but that's how we protect that footer from frost. We're gonna run this foam board out there. That takes the place of the dirt. Hey guys, we're ready to roll here. Concrete's coming. What did it take us, an hour to put that tubing down?
What time is it, Ron?
I don't know, it's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? Yeah, about an hour. Hour and a half.
About an hour and a half to put the tubing
I
down.
got here about 11.
So we rocked that out good. We're waiting on concrete. And Life is good. Beautiful day out. Big Papa, right? Beautiful day out,
A hell of a lot prettier when we get the mud all down.
That's right. That's right.
I got a doll sheet.
Here comes the mud. We got a conveyor truck coming today, guys. And we made a little better way to get in here, so.
That's good water.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he's getting his boom stretch out, guys, right now. This is a conveyor truck, like I said. It's got a conveyor belt on the back. So we should be able to reach this whole thing today. I put some gravel in there, right there, so he could back up. What? You can leave it going for our wet pads. That'll help Jay dial everything in. See how he's putting it up, guys. It folds right up. You can see that belt on there. Pretty neat. Hey guys, Bondo here. So we're pouring out this 24 by 36 little crawl space pad here today, and we used a conveyor truck. We poured out 3,500 pound concrete. This is a new concrete company that put a plant up on my road. So the concrete was a little bit different than I'm used to. The stones are a little different. It'd be the stones that are local to our area. And it just felt a little different. The color was different, but it finished up pretty nice. And a lot of the guys that I'm using today are new, so not a lot of experience. Just me and Big Biscuit that really have poured a lot of concrete together last year. As you guys know, if you haven't followed my channel, check it out. But anyways, Terry, we call him Big Papa. He's a retired carpenter, but he's been helping me this year. So he's put down concrete before, but never with me. Jess is new. Derek is new. So Frank's here today. He's got a lot of experience, but you know, we poured it out. It went pretty good, guys. It was a nice day, a little bit windy, but the sun wasn't really cranking on our heads. And we poured about probably a 5.5 slump on this concrete. Like I said, I wanted to get used to it a little bit, but it finished up good at the end. It had a lot of cream in the concrete, so it closed up nice. The stones are round in this concrete versus the other company I use is more of an angular stone, and they're smaller stones, so that took a little getting used to. But I hit all the edges, magged all the edges pretty much. Jason jumped in, Big Biscuit, he jumped in there, and he puddled out most of it because he's real good at puddling. And then he both loaded it all, and here we are pretty much finishing up. I just cranked it out on fast forward for you guys. Here's us finishing up, me and Big Biscuit in there. And you can see the concrete's kind of a brownish color, but it turned gray when it dried, so a little bit different. But like I said, we're getting used to it. And we're done with the power screed here, and I had to trowel my footprints out and jump out. Jess is videoing right here. And that's how we did it. The pour anyways. Turned out pretty good. I was happy that day. Nice day. Got it done. I'm gonna teach Jess how to do this. That's no fun. I like to leave one course. Just have one course so you can reach it over and hit it, you know? But it didn't work out that way. We got 2 courses. So you gotta do this. Tell you what, the concrete's got a lot of cream in it. can get it from there. Oh, look at that. Finding a new set of snow tires right there. It's green, brother. Guys, do me a favor, if you like the video, go down and smash that like button. That'll help me out on YouTube. Leave me a comment if you would. That'd be awesome. And thanks for watching the video. Big sexy. Big sexy biscuit. Yeah, oh. Is that on camera, Josh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's slick right there. All right, Dad. Footprints are gone. Good. You might have to go this way to get in between them posts. That's what I was about to do. Yeah. I don't know.
Biscuit wants his beautiful footage on here. Rolling.
I know a lot of you guys are gonna mention on here that I didn't pull up the wire on this job, and yeah, you're definitely right. We didn't pull up the wire mesh on this job. Generally, guys, we don't pull up wire mesh if we're running in-floor radiant heat. That wire mesh there, all that does for us is hold our tubing right where we want it, and it holds our tubing down so it doesn't float. It's not there for reinforcement on these radiant slabs. What we do is we run fiber mesh into the concrete on these jobs, and we run the wire. Like I said, it's just there to hold the tubing so it don't float. If we're pouring something that's like over 6 inches, guys, we'll pull that tubing up a little bit to get the tubes up into the concrete. This is only a 4-inch slab. We don't want to pull that tubing up and have a chance of that getting damaged. So that just answers a bunch of questions before you guys tell me I didn't pull the tubing up. Thanks. Guys, here's some footage of me power troweling this thing. I already ran around the edges on some styrofoam knee boards, and I'm just half lapping it with the power trowel here, knocking it down. Derek is new. He's over there. I tried to show him how to do some edging, and all I know is he said it was a lot harder than it looks. So that was good. But he's learning, so hopefully I can teach him. Jason, Big Biscuit, he's too big to get out on knee boards, guys. I mean, he's over 300 pounds, so that boy, he belongs up on his feet. And that concrete on knee boards, he's just pretty heavy. He's going to sink in. So I'm going to try to train Derek here this summer. He wants to learn, so that'll be good. So that's all we're doing here. The guys and gals there are putting in the stone around the perimeter. Big Biscuit's on the tractor. Terry and Jess are raking out the stone around it, and Frank, they're all raking out the stone, getting it. They tamped it too. That's what we were doing here. And then here in a second, my camera gets blown over, so you'll see that. That was pretty funny. But that's what we're doing. We were finishing the concrete. I had everyone else just putting the stone in, backfilling. Here we go with the camera. That wind was strong that day. There, boom, there it was. Blew it right over. I don't know how long it's been on the ground, but it was laying right flat over there. What'd you say, Dad?
I said ice and seal.
Yeah. Guys, if you're not a subscriber, check out my channel. We're going to be doing a lot of this kind of stuff this summer. We're going to be doing a lot of radiant heat, a lot of flat concrete work, Nudura stuff. And we're going to build this camp. This is going to be a neat build. I'm going to build it all out of rough cut lumber all the way to the roof. So check that out. Subscribe. A lot of you guys are watching them, but you're not subscribed. So check it out for me. Thanks. Guys, this is what we call a frost protected foundation, and this is how we do it. We're putting styrofoam board in here, and that's going to take the place of extra dirt that you would need. So instead of having all that dirt, we're just going to have this foam. So what we're doing is going around here right now, putting all this foam on, and then burying it with some stone because the wind's gonna keep blowing it away. There it goes. See, take you around the whole thing here, guys. That's what we're doing, just like that. So when this gets backfilled, we ain't got to worry about frost because that foams all the way around the perimeter. That's how we do frost protected foundation around here. We have a 4-foot frost line in central New York, so that's how we're doing it. We got our floor going in right now. Kind of waiting on that. Derek, I'm teaching him how to do some troweling. He's going around them pads for me. Big biscuit on Carl the Kubota, bringing in the stone. And that's what we're up to. Getting the hang of it, bud? Looks good. It's getting better and better. You can climb out now and just let it harden up a little more. What's that? Yeah. Okay, guys. This is where we're at. Got the floor poured today. We poured the walls yesterday. And we got all the foam around it. Started backfilling it in lifts, tamping, because there's going to be some porches on the front and back. Now we're going to start the wood tomorrow. We're going to get the sill plate on it. Got that like half backfilled. That's where we're at right now. Pipe through the wall. Looking good.